Good morning, everyone. Congratulations. You all get a funding round for being here at 9 o'clock in the morning after dinner last night. We have sent out scouting parties to places like Lucy Lou to find a few of the guests who may still be there on their espresso martinis. But I hope you're having a great time, and welcome to day 2 of Intersekt. My name is Simon Thompson. I'm the editor of Startup Daily and presenter of the Startup Daily Show on AusBiz at 2 p.m. every day. Tune in. It's great. You might be on it sometime. I really welcome you here to the Grand Hyatt Ballroom. But I do want to also say Wominjeka, which is hello, welcome in the local language, and I want to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the East Kulin Nation, whose traditional lands we are gathering on today. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. It's great to have your company, and we're just going to kick things straight off with Simone from Paper Plane, who is the chair. So please put your hands together, jump up and down, make some noise, come on. And I do have some Panadol in my bag if you need it.
Thank you, Simon. No jumping necessary this early in the morning. I hope everyone had a fabulous day 1. We kicked off with Afterpay, ran all the way through to TrueLayer and talking about the future of payment initiation on CDR. We had insurance, we had blockchain, we had roundtables, and so many other things in between. It was a fabulous first day, and we've got a lot more on today. So well done, all of you, for being here bright and early, 9 o'clock in the morning. You guys are the hardcore team. I want to thank our major sponsors of Intersekt. Without these supporters, it would not be possible. So we've got BPay, we've got the Commonwealth Government, we've got the Victorian Government, very grateful for their support, and we have got Data Action as well, and Xero. All of them up there on the screen. Thank you very much to our sponsors. It's my pleasure this morning to introduce you to our special guest who's going to welcome us to day 2. We have with us the Honourable Jaala Pulford, Minister for Innovation, Medical Research and Digital Economy of the Victorian Government. We are very pleased to have you join us this morning. Before I welcome you on stage, I wanted to let everyone know that today our podcast series on the companies up for People's Choice Award for the Finnies has gone live. So search for FinTech Chatter podcast. We have got some fabulous companies ready to for your vote. Okay. Minister Jaala, welcome to the stage. Please put your hands together for Minister Pulford.
Thanks so much, Simone and Simon, for kicking us off this morning. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and to pay my respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, to elders past, present and emerging, and to any other First Nations people who might be with us today. Really lovely to be here as a warm-up act for day 2. I've heard all kinds of stories about tequila and espresso martinis and all manner of things, so like you guys get a big prize for being able to do that and do this as well. Next year we might come for dinner instead of breakfast, yeah. Anyway, it's terrific to see you, and particularly special welcome to those of you who've travelled from further afield, might not have been to Melbourne for quite some time. The last now 15 months has been extraordinarily challenging. We're in an exceptionally blessed position in this nation, and it's something that everybody has worked to achieve. So thank you to each and every one of you for the part that you've played in that, looking after family and friends and making all manner of strange adjustments to the way that you work and that you live. We're really proud to be here and proud to be sponsoring the conference. These things, you know, and we really missed them, didn't we? We really missed being able to be with people and that sort of informal and casual exchange of ideas that happens over a coffee or in a seminar. And being able to do a whole bunch of those things online was fantastic, but being able to do them again with people in their 3D form is really, really special too. So I've been the Minister for Innovation in the Andrews Labor government for just under a year, and it's been really nice during this period to be able to engage with and meet some of our FinTech leaders and emerging leaders. As a part of our tech sector, our FinTech community plays a really, really significant role in keeping the economy moving. Not just providing jobs in the industry, but for all of the clients and customers and businesses that you work with and support. The very nature of FinTech does mean that you've been absolutely essential for other businesses to continue to operate, to perhaps be online a little more, shifting direction and focus and customers. And there have been so many businesses. I'm also the Minister for Small Business. There have been many businesses that have thrived through this period, and it's a great credit to them. There are others that have really struggled, but they've made it through, and they've made it through because they've applied some real grit and ingenuity, and the tools and the products that this industry provides has been a very important part of that. And our reputation as a global centre is one we certainly seek to enhance, to nurture and to enhance. And we know that FinTech's a really big part of our emerging startup sector and tech community. You've got a pretty fabulous lineup over the course of your program, and I'm sure you'll get a lot out of that, but I think that also reaffirms that. There have been some remarkable advances in recent years, which of course you're well aware of. Some of the names behind us are household names: unicorns, Judo Bank and Airwallex, with record cap raises and extraordinary success. But of course, for every unicorn, there's a whole lot of other companies doing incredible things at their scale, whatever their scale is at any particular point in time. There's the huge success of Afterpay, leading the group of Buy Now, Pay Later. When you look at the growth of Buy Now, Pay Later compared to the decline in new credit card applications, you see the profound impact that's being made there. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who woke up this morning to an email saying it was time to buy something else. So this performance isn't going unnoticed, of course. For the first time, Startup Genome cited FinTech as one of Melbourne's 2 subsector growth. Subsector strength there is along with life sciences, and anybody who's been up early enough to read the papers today see that our government made some very significant announcements yesterday, but also over the last couple of weeks around infectious disease capability, a national centre for infectious diseases, and we're going to get into manufacturing of mRNA vaccines in no time too. So these are our really, really exciting sectors, and the potential is pretty much limitless. So we're really keen to work with you to embrace this opportunity and position Victoria as a globally recognised centre for FinTech. We love supporting this event, we love supporting the Finnies. We've established a couple of FinTech hubs, engaging experienced hub operators. Stone and Chalk and YBF Ventures have been and will continue to be really major contributors to the ecosystem. And we know for our economy bouncing back from the pandemic, we do need to be backing innovative and tech-based work and tech-based industries in a way we've never done before. Sort of coincidentally for all of you, today is Victorian Budget Day. Last year we had Victorian Budget Day completely in a very unusual time of the year. It's May since basically forever, but we did it in November, so just 6 months ago. But Budget Day today, so again the focus will be on economic and social recovery for the state. But in our budget just 6 months ago, we were successful in achieving a $626 million investment in a program we call Digital Future Now. A lot of infrastructure, but also skill and capability building. And we're working with colleagues across government around a strategy to tackle digital inclusion and gaps as well, because of course there's not much point having all of this innovation and tech if we're leaving a whole big group of people in the community completely excluded from all of this. But this funding will enable business-grade broadband to be available for a whole lot of additional Victorian businesses. We'll have a bit more to announce on that soon. There's a $2 billion breakthrough fund, which is an Australian first. Former Premier John Bromby chairing that for us, but that's going to be all about driving investment in innovation and lifting commercialisation outcomes. It's honing in on a handful of sectors, and digital and tech is squarely in the sights of the board for Breakthrough Victoria. That's $2 billion over 10 years. So, people use the expression game changer a bit loosely, particularly in my line of work, but this one is for real a game changer. And we've also done some things that perhaps might have been a little hard to achieve absent the pandemic and the economic downturn, but some really, really novel ways of investing and supporting the startup community that's time had just come. And so we've just this week had the investment committee, sort of the expert advisory committee, appointed for the Alice Anderson Fund, which is a $10 million fund aimed at very early stage female founders and female-led companies. There's a $60 million Victorian Startup Capital Fund, and we're in market looking for a funds manager for that at the moment, so we'll keep you all posted on that. But that's about more capital in early stage startups and boosting our VC sector. This follows some really, really deep analysis about where our gaps are and where we can make, where as a government we can make the most effective intervention and investment to really power big change in the sector. And then there's $25 million venture growth fund, which is a loans product for later stage high growth scale up. So, there's a continuum of support and systems and interventions that are about the different points in the life cycle of our startups. And one of the other things I've heard really from day one is that we've got a real challenge in terms of jobs and skills and workforce, particularly exacerbated by border closures, but we kind of had it anyway, and we've got to be recruiting literally tens of thousands of people to the tech sector over the next 5 or so years. This is a nice problem to have, but it's not an insignificant constraint at the moment. And so we've got another program. It's about a bit over $60 million. We've sort of grappled with what to call it. We're sort of kicking around this sort of idea of mid-ternships. We landed on something better than that, but mid-ternships, basically taking people mid-career who might not be in tech, 12-week course, so really cutting edge, short and sharp, and then an internship in industry. Now, industry came to me and said, we desperately need people, and you find us good people, we can train them if you give them some basic skills. Industry have pretty much designed this, and so we're just about at the point of this program we're about to turn around to industry and say, and now we need you all to host an intern, because this is the program you designed and wanted. So keep an eye out, particularly for our Victorian companies, keep an eye and an ear out for that, because we'll be, knocking on your inboxes in no time at all. Anyway, very nice to speak to you this morning. I hope you have as good a day today as tomorrow. I hope the coffee is strong and the conversations are everything you came here for. And again, just like to finish by thanking the team at FinTech Australia for their work in delivering such a fine event, and encourage you to all make the most of the program and make the most of your time here in Melbourne for those of you that are visiting from around the state or interstate. Very nice time of the year to be in this beautiful city, and lots of local businesses here that, they've had a pretty hard time. They could do with a chop out if you're looking to justify some spending before you go home. Thank you.